On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Came into it with eyes wide shut. I mean, with his eyes wide open.
Well, what about so I saw something that some men are purposely not wearing condoms, pretending to put them on to get women pregnant. For instance, Joe Budden, or whatever his name is. Remember, he confessed.
Stealth.
He pretends to put on a condom and he actually doesn't. So is that his fault or the woman's fault?
That you using an anomaly in order to describe.
Hey, that was a real something that a black man shared that he does with women.
The
but I don't think men are going that far.
I have never
men
heard
just
a
going
man,
raw.
I have
they ain't
never
even
heard
taking
a
it.
man
They're not even
ever say that outside
of
that one clip. I've never heard a man in real life, and I coach a lot of
That's
guys.
the first time I've ever heard of it this year.
I've never heard a guy say that in real life.
I've heard somebody say that, and a lot of those men are no good. So I'm just gonna be real with you with that. They not.
So
Some of them
the guy goes in a corner and acts like he put like that. Don't everybody speak at one time?
How's your sex life, Bruiser? I mean, not Bruiser, Mr. Lego. Mr. Lego, I'm sorry.
My sex life is wonderful.
I'm sorry.
It's wonderful.
All right. Likewise.
Oh, did I just hear crickets?
Yo, I heard the crickets.
Yo.
She's not your girl. She's just your turn.
Prepare for women to leave you. I don't care how much money, clout, or status you have. You must prepare for that day that she leave you. One of the realest things I ever heard is she's not your girl. She's just your turn. You must understand that women are controlled by their emotions. Y'all could be chilling, vibing, having a good time. A thought could come across her mind that ain't got nothing to do with you. And all of a sudden she got an attitude or now she in her feelings. Your girl could be the happiest woman on the planet in one moment and then wake up the next day and decide she don't want none of this no more. Every situationship or relationship has an expiration date. So you better be ready for it.
She's not your girl. She's only your turn. What do you guys thoughts about that video? You think it's true? You think
that's the man with some bad abandonment issues. He's scared.
Yeah, it sounds like a personal problem. His personal experiences.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. Then he was leaning all up against the camera or whatever. He was like, serious. They're gonna leave you guys. Never trust these women. Like some of these little incel dudes are so afraid of getting their heart broken where they warn other men of getting their heart broken. It's sad. See how he was leaning up against his phone like, chill, bro.
Which is now you
He does make a good point, a small point. All is fair until somebody gets married. Technically, nobody belongs to anybody until you get married. So I feel like just like a woman could leave, a man could leave. I tell women that all the time. He's not married to you. I mean, it's nice. It's nice if you have something with him unmarried, but he really don't owe you that, which is why I feel like I'm just talking from a woman's perspective. If you stay with a man 5, 6, 7 years and he hasn't married you and you take that chance and he leaves, technically he really doesn't owe you anything. So I can see both sides of it.
I can agree with that.
We're acting like men don't get washed in divorce court regularly. Like the family court laws is not taking men to task. Like women don't cheat much more viciously than and frequently than guys. Like we acting like guys got abandonment issues because now they choose to protect themselves and they going into it with their eyes wide open instead of their eyes wide shut, and having been sold a dream and a narrative from the guys that came before them that said happy wife, happy life, and not protecting themselves, and that they need to keep their head on a swivel for a chick that's absolutely setting them up for the failure. Like it's not unreasonable for a guy to say, yo, keep in mind what's going on out here because that chick is for everybody and she gonna lie to you and tell you that she marriage material, when in reality we know that women are hypergamous. They look for the best available option. We know that women, especially when they're younger in their 20s, especially in their early 20s, go out and they all have a slut phase. Overwhelmingly, the majority of them have a slut phase. And then when they get to a certain age in their life, they looking to settle down after they live their life. We acting like these chicks can unsee the bodies and the trauma and that they then look to trauma bond with the next guy because they can unsee the guys that had been before them. Are we seriously going to have this conversation and say that the dudes are crazy because they not being realistic about what it is that they dealing with most of these women that ain't virgins when they marry them or ain't virgins when they get to them. So it's not like they held out and saved the best of themselves for the husband. They gave all of themselves to the nigga that didn't give a fuck about them. And then now they want to preserve themselves and say, well, I'm a reborn virgin for the dude that come after.
I'm confused. I'm a little confused because y'all just said a woman's job was to fulfill your sexual desires.
When you're married.
Not of everybody. Before
right.
when you're married. You're supposed to marry.
Yeah, they feeling sexual desires in regular relationships. And then they staying with them for like 6-7 years. And I'm like, you trying to be committed, but no one's committing. So you don't give your all to a person that you've been with so long, because obviously he or she don't want to be married. So you just got to choose wisely.
First of all, these guys are going into these relationships and they taking forever to figure out whether they want to marry or not. These women ain't getting proposed to, they getting smacked up. So
and then the same dudes complaining about the women are the same dudes ruining the women for the next dude.
Yeah, you got to marry. You got to marry and stop playing around. You engaged with these women for 5 years. Come on, man, stop playing.
Y'all missed the best part of it. They gave their womb and gave a child to a dude that didn't even marry them, and then you supposed to come behind them and save them
and take care of every damn body.
Yeah, they thinking the baby's gonna keep them and save them and get the ring, and then they have more kids. Like, oh, the first one wasn't enough. Like, stop having kids by men that's not trying to commit to you. Obviously, you're not committed.
Hold on now. You know they ain't thinking about no marriage. They just want a damn baby.
Wait, I saw
y'all said that the dude was trauma.
He was wearing
he had issues because he came into it with eyes wide shut. I mean, with his eyes wide open.
Well, what about so I saw something that some men are purposely not wearing condoms, pretending to put them on to get women pregnant. For instance, Joe Budden, or whatever his name is. Remember, he confessed. Stealth. He pretends to put on a condom and he actually doesn't. So is that his fault or the woman's fault?
That you using an anomaly in order to describe.
Hey, that was a real something that a black man shared that he does with women.
But I don't think men are going that far.
I have never heard
just going raw.
I have never heard a man ever say that outside of that one clip. I've never heard a man in real life, and I coach a lot of guys.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
I've never heard a guy say that in real life.
I've heard somebody say that, and a lot of those men are no good. So I'm just gonna be real with you with that. They not.
So
some of them
the guy goes in a corner and acts like he put like that.